It's your girl, the missus.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT time. PGT time. Tune in on PGT time. PGT time. Come join us on PGT time. PGT time. Join us on PGT time. PGT time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform for it to plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, don't best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm gonna say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody gonna clean it up.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm coming. That what happens when you just try to do everything, baby. You try to do everything. How y'all doing? It's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Just like any other night, any other Wednesday, any other Monday, Friday, and Saturday. So thank y'all. We have a special guest, two special guests, baby. We got two special guests here tonight, and I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about them in a second. But y'all know I cannot go any further without bringing up my co-host, my Wednesday night co-host. That is, y'all see him over there. Tell Jason hi. You see him? Oh, over there. Tell him hi. Say hi right now. I'll just play y'all. Here he is.
Yeah. What up? Big shout out to the gang. I see you. What's good with you, sis?
Jason ain't got no hat on tonight.
Right, I couldn't find my hat, bro.
It's okay because you still fly. You still fly, Jason.
A little shiny. It's a little dull, but it'll be all right.
He put some oil sheen on.
Go
Little slight oil sheen. But no, Jason, thank you so much for showing up, showing out each and every Wednesday that you come on.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do it. Yes, you do.
Yes,
and I thank you for doing it.
That part, yes, we do. We got to do it for these families, man. These families need us more than anything, man. For them to be able to speak their truth and do and be in the presence, of friends and family, tell that story, find closure, those type of things. So absolutely, we do got to do this.
You right about that.
You know what I'm saying? But big shout out to the official Nita channel in the building. Also, shout out to Produced by Drink in the building with us. Appreciate all of our people over on YouTube that's pulling up. Appreciate everybody else that's on all the other platforms. Guys, make sure that y'all hit that like button and make sure that y'all let us know that y'all in the building by saying what up, though, hello, and we're gonna respond back.
Yes, we will. Now, all of y'all out there that's watching from your phones right now, before we get to that, let's get to our announcements. You know, we got to show our announcement every single time
Absolutely.
that we air PGT time. Okay, so stop the violence. Stop
Oh
the
well, I didn't know
violence.
we was gonna do it this way, but yeah, hold on, let me.
Yeah, I didn't know. You cut me out. I mean, you ain't cut me out, but you shocked me when you stopped.
Oh, okay. Say less. Say less.
When you
No, no, I
stopped,
thought you had a little more to you say, but I got you. I got you. Say less, ladies and gentlemen,
I was
man.
just
Before
gonna make something up.
pull this down. Pull this down. Let me go through my. Let's go through the spill. Let me go through the spiel. All
Okay,
right.
let's go through the spiel, y'all. For all the new people out there that's watching,
That part. We are human, ladies and gentlemen. So we tend
and
to.
we are live.
You know what I'm saying? That part. But no, ladies and gentlemen, man, if you guys aren't watching us or following us on all platforms, it's time that you do. Go and do so, man. We're live over on YouTube. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up when you're up over there while you're saying hello to us. Also follow us on Instagram, X, Twitch, and Facebook. We're on all of those spaces. Make sure you do whatever's appropriate for the like system over there, letting us know that you know, doing your thing and hitting that follow button as well. But now, if you guys want to take it a step further, kind of want to get it off your phone and watch us on your television without having to fuss around and find the stream button on your phone or whatever that may look like, you can go and watch us on whatever Roku enabled device that you have, whether it's a device or television. That's a Roku TV and or device. All you got to do is go search for us as PGT Time, time spelled with the Y. That's TYME. Not only that, if you're going to look for us, make sure you try to find us where you find Hulu, Netflix, Disney Channel, all of those. Because yes, we are a certified channel on Hulu. So make sure that you go look us up. PGT Time.
Sound good.
That's TYME. Now let's get into what she was just had up. We have going down in August. That's August 10th. At the Stonecrest Mall. You don't want to miss that. You want to be there for our first annual Stop the Gun and Domestic Violence. We'll be, again, at the Stonecrest Mall. It's a free event. We will have performers. We'll have policemen, women, police officers sitting there taking questions. We'll have the mall itself. So if you want to go buy some shoes, because we'll be right in front of Foot Locker. And then just a lot of just informational things that help us continue to put out the knowledge of and awareness of the violence that is happening between domestic and gun violence. You heard?
All right, he did that so well. He did it so well. But I also want to add, if you are trying to figure out how to get it onto your Roku TV, please go to the search engine. Go to your search engine, type in PGT Time. You do have to download it. And then after you download it, you save it. Okay? Then you save it. And then you'll be able to watch every single show that comes on PGT Time. There is a ton of them already on there. So
Absolutely.
make sure you check those out just as well. All right, Jason. Now, I don't know if everybody noticed or not, but we was trying to play the first clip and I noticed that I didn't put the volume on there. So you know
Oh,
I'm a little nervous now. But the other one should definitely play just fine. But that one, we didn't have the volume on that one. So I will try and see what I can do during the show. And maybe we can play it when we play the clips tonight, just as well.
absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
But first, y'all, you know we got to bring up our guest, baby. We got to bring up our guest. Um, the mom, she's falling off for a second, but she coming back. She coming back. Her phone probably wrong or something like that. So, but she will be back. But we do have the father here tonight, just as well. We are here tonight for Akhir Muhammad, a young man that was murdered here in Georgia. I received an email, not an email, a message through Messenger from the mother, Khadijah, and she basically had checked me out. We have met up with each other, had lunch. Shout out to Khadijah. Very nice person that is.
Absolutely.
Very nice person. But we had lunch. We sat down. We talked about her son. And baby, this is an amazing, amazing, horrible story that occurred. So I'm glad you guys are here tonight to spread the awareness. Please share this video. It's so, so important because everyone needs to know about this story. Okay, so let's get started, baby. We are going to pull up the father first, baby. We're gonna pull up the father first, Mr. Mustafa. Mustafa. Yes. Did I say it right?
Yeah,
Mustafa.
Mustafa Muhammad.
All right, Mustafa Muhammad. Thank you
Absolutely.
for
Thank you for
showing
being
up
here.
tonight. We really appreciate you being here. Um, please let us know just right now your fondest memory of your son, Akir.
Uh, Find this member. My son is, I just used to stay in contact and call him. Um, and one of the things I always remember, always plays in my head. I hear him saying, "Love you, Dad."
Mm,
Plays in my head. You know, I hear his voice.
wow. Wow. We Jason, I don't think we had that one yet.
I haven't. No,
Just
we
the I
haven't.
love you just sticking in their head. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that. Thank you. Now we are about to bring up the mother, Miss Cadedra. Cadedra Bryant is in the building.
How's it
Hey,
going?
Cadedra. It is
Hey,
going good. How are you?
good. I had to
Awesome.
switch devices. This one ain't the greatest.
I was wondering. I'm like, what happened to all the light? Like it was different a few seconds ago. But it's okay. We can still see you, but we can still see you. Now, please tell us your fondest memory of Akir.
um,
I
right
know it's so
before
many.
it's so many. Right before the incident, he was cooking. I asked him to cook some food for the kids, and he had cooked spaghetti for his brothers and my uncle and my cousin. We're talking mad trash on how he has like the best spaghetti. So with a smile on his face, like, yeah, I did that. So
Oh, that's one of your fondest memories. Awesome. Now, I do
yeah,
want
because
to
he was born to become a man.
start.
And he was 2 and 10.
Okay. Now, I do want to start off by saying my condolences to both of you,
Absolutely.
your family, and of course the friends that's out there just as well. So I definitely want to start off by saying that. Let us know, Khadijah, what was Akir like as a young boy? I mean, like when you had him, like what did you go through? Did you go through a lot? This was your first child, correct?
Yes. Um, what did I go through with him as a child? He was fearful. He wasn't afraid to get out and do what he wanted to do and conquer the things that he wanted to do. I never forget when he took a lose his computer because it wasn't working. And I'm looking like, boy, that computer costs a lot of money. You better put it back together. And interestingly, he put it back together, and he was only like 10, 11 years old at the time. So
Wow.
he had a lot of moments where, a kid, you want the kid to stay in the kid lane,
Mhm.
but it was like he had this great nation that was beyond this world.
Okay.
So that part.
I
I love it.
understand. Now I'm finna show you guys a picture, and I want Mustafa to give me his answer first. When I put this picture up on the screen, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this picture? Absolutely adorable.
Oh man.
Yes, absolutely. Now he was older than this. May I add? Khadijah, how old was Akira, when he was murdered?
18. About to be turning
Okay,
19, like within 29 days.
okay, so he was 18, but this picture sticks out to me out of the pictures that Khadijah sent me for the tribute tonight. So make sure you all stick around for the tribute tonight. But he was absolutely adorable on this picture. Musafa, what's the first thing that come to your mind?
He loves. First thing
We can't. I'm sorry, we can't hardly hear you.
that comes, um, yeah, that picture I see, you know, energy. He,
We can't hear you. Can you hear him, Jason?
I can no, I can't.
Yeah, we can't hear you. I don't know what because we was able to hear you before the show started.
y'all hear
Is
me
the
now?
volume? Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
The first thing I see when I see that picture, I see love. I see
Mm.
love. I see a free spirit. I, I I see the future. You know, I just I see my son. I see our son.
All right. Khadijah, what's the first thing you think of when you see this picture?
Playful. Very playful. Love to play. And just happy. Just a happy child.
Happy
And he
child.
came back to him. Happy and very playful. He was a jokester.
Wow. Awesome. Um, okay, so let's get started. I'm going to play a clip. Okay. I'm gonna play a clip, a news broadcasting clip, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about what happened on this day. Okay. So here we go.
Right now, DeKalb County police are searching for two suspects in a shooting that killed a teenager at a gas station on Tuesday night. These are pictures from surveillance cameras as the Shell gas station on Snapfinger Woods Drive in Decatur. That's where police say the victim was shot leaving the store. 18-year-old Akhir Muhammad died at the scene, and now his mother is asking the shooters to come forward.
I need answers. I need answers. You took somebody away that was doing well for themselves, doing good with their lives, on the right path. And it was senseless. Turn yourself in.
Bryant, who you just heard from there, is holding a vigil for her son on this Saturday at the same gas station where he was gunned down. If you recognize the suspects, you're asked to please contact DeKalb County Police.
All right, let's read Betty's comment. Betty said, "Kier was an awesome, loving, and caring young man. Always smiling, loved his family. People that come in contact with him couldn't help but love him. Kier had a heart of gold. A heart of gold. Awesome. Now, let's get started. What happened the morning of this incident, this tragedy?
Well, when I woke up that morning, I went to work. I always go in the room and check on the kids, and he'll help me get his brothers together. Um, I actually gave him a kiss on the forehead, and I'll talk to you later. I was actually trying to get some money up so that we can go on this trip with my cousin to um, Panama. We was going to Panama, and I ended up going to get a Lyft ride. He helped me go get the car. Um, on the Lyft ride, I had like this pain come through my chest, and I had a rider with me. I was like, "Ooh, I need to go get my little heart checked out because I be having these little palpitations from time to time." And the lady was like, "Yeah, she was asking me how old I was and things of that nature." So I gave her my age and things of that nature. And I was getting a phone call. My phone was ringing, and one of his friends had called me and was like, "Mom, I killed Dad." And I'm looking like, "What the hell you got? Oh, can we curse on
Yes, explicit language,
here?"
language, and also allegedly, but ain't nothing allegedly about this story. Go ahead.
So I was like, "What the f you mean that my son is dead? What are you talking about?" So I was in Lawrenceville, Georgia at this time. It took about an hour, 45 minutes to get there. I probably got to the Decatur area within 20 minutes because I'm not believing what I'm hearing and I can't make what's going on. So I'm just riding. So I finally get to my neighborhood and I'm looking like, ain't no police is here. Like, what's going on? Like, so I'm trying to find out what hospital or what hospital he's in. He's not in a hospital. So I come up on an officer and I'm pleading with the officer because I know she got to be a parent. She's a mother. You're a woman. I just want to know what's going on with my child. Where my child at? Like you ain't. I know you can't give out information, but for the benefit of this situation, we're not from really around here, so I need to see what's going on, where he's at. Like I'm not getting any information, and I don't need the police showing up at my door telling that my son is gone. So I need to know where he's at. Officer helped me out. She went on the call and basically asked, like, basically shooting at in what area, and she was like, "Don't give me up," and I'm like, "I'm not. Like, I just wanted to see where my child is at." So I go to the scene of the situation. It's like taped off, wrapped off, and like I know this can't be. So I'm trying to cross the tape and go past the tape and things of that nature, and they keep turning me back. I'm screaming at the kid that he was with because he was with somebody. So in my head, I'm thinking it's a whole setup. Whew. And all I see is just a body. I don't even see a body. It's just covers on the ground covering him up. So I'm feeling like, I guess, lost soul mode of the situation with not being able to actually know. It's like I see the car, but I don't believe the story. Like he's not in the streets, he's not running the streets. So what the hell is going on here? So the medical examiner finally came, and I think at that moment is when I kind of like realized that this is a real live moment, like the medical examiner's up here, right? So it's got to be real. So at the moment, I'm still not seeing him, so I'm mad at the cab, because I still haven't really verified that this is my son. I didn't go home with any of his belongings. The only thing that is there is just his car. So I don't believe the situation still. So they give me this card and basically tell me that I gotta come to the medical examiner's office and identify his body. Now, their example of identifying a body is a freaking picture, okay? So that was another piss moment. So I feel like the devils is just coming at this point. So now I guess I'm on murder mode. I love my gun home, but I rode by the place every day. in the hopes of actually seeing the child. As time progressed and moved on, never see these kids. But in that moment, the same heartache that I felt him passing, I wasn't present, but was the same heartache I felt when my mom passed. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
Now, okay. Now, Mustafa,
Mhm.
let us know what was going on that day in your world. What was going on that day when you woke up? And I'm sure you can remember.
Yeah, my world.
Because you guys are not together.
Yeah,
You guys live in two different
yeah,
places.
I'm up here in New Jersey. So that day for me was like at first any other normal day. You know, I went to work, uh, did what I had to do. On my way home from work, I just was settling in the house. I had some food, just sitting down on my couch to eat. And I get the phone call from his mother, and I answered the phone. And when I answered the phone, I'm automatically thinking it's Akhir, because prior to this, um, I had talked to his mother maybe about shy of a month, and she was in Vegas. I had actually called her on her birthday, and she was out in Vegas, and I was looking for Akhir. I was looking to get in contact with Akhir. I mean, I was trying to contact him on the phone, and we just wasn't making contact. So I reached out to his mother to try to see what was going on with him. Everything was all right. Everything's still on the up and up. And she, when I talked to her, it was her birthday. Like I said, she was out in Vegas, and she was like, oh no, she was like, when I get home, I'll make sure that he call you. So this particular phone call, when she calling me on January 9th, I'm thinking it's him, you know, and it was her, and my tone and my vibration was on the up and up. I was feeling good. And I remember vividly. She was like, "Yo, this ain't a good phone call." So I'm like, within split seconds, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what you mean this ain't a good phone call? And she like, yo, she said it. I mean, she said Akir had, he passed. He passed away. A whole world dropped. I mean, a whole world dropped, and it's just never been the same since. So
Mustafa, do you have other children?
yes, 2 boys.
Was Akira your oldest?
He was the middle. He was the middle son for me.
The middle son. Okay.
Yeah. So he had another brother. They was only 5 months apart.
Okay.
So it was a big hit. But after I got the news, um, within hours, I was on the road heading down to Atlanta. I mean,
Mhm. So I know you was in disbelief just as well on that ride.
I was in disbelief. I was shocked. I was, all the emotions that one could probably be dealing with, plus more. When they hear some news like that about their child, about their offspring. Like I said, my whole world stopped. My whole world. This is my second born son. We born in the same month. We only days away. Our birth dates. So, it's a big hit. It's a big hit.
Yeah. Now, Khadidra, Can you let us know what you was told that happened on that night before you got there?
Oh, I was told before I got there. Um,
Okay.
yeah, the kids, one of the kids that he was hanging with called me. Not that then I had called the kid that he was with, and I'm glad I kind of had to sit down with the kid later because you know how I ain't never ponder on nobody kid. I ain't that type of person, but I did wonder like why this kid wasn't dead. You know what I mean? Um, and was it his moment? You know what I mean? But he basically told me that he didn't know how to tell me that he was gone. And I'm like, you know me, you knew me all this time. You should have told me straight up. You know what I mean? Don't sugarcoat shit for me. I don't like sugarcoated shit. So you should tell me. So basically, the officer hung up on me in the midst of me talking to him because I just ended up screaming on the phone because I'm like, I don't believe it. That's how I ended up at the scene of the crime. I stayed to the moment I got there, to the moment they cleared the whole scene off, and then some. I probably didn't come home to my other children to about 10 o'clock that night, and this happened at 5 o'clock. I just called them and told them, like, it's going to be a moment that I get home, and when I get home, it's not good news. And they was like, well, we'll just wait on out here, and I'll talk to y'all when we get there. So my children, they in therapy because after that situation, one of my kids ended up threatening another kid in school, and it
Mm,
wasn't like it was a pain, and he just didn't understand.
exactly. Now, the incident, the tragedy rather, that occurred was that he was at the gas station and he was leaving out of the
Hmm.
gas station.
Yeah, he was actually walking out the door, and according to him and Instagram and Facebook, they're very scary because I had to accept people in my DMs. Is that what they call it? Um,
Mm,
just to hear a story because they were present and they wanted the family's forgiveness for the parts that they played in it. And the part that they played in it is like I was present, but I was so shocked because I never in a million years, these was older people too, would have thought some stuff I would see something like that. These children change other people's lives also. So they have people that was present there that pretty much can identify the situation. And they stepped over my son. Well, our son. They stepped over him. It said someone was performing CPR, but they stepped over him. So they wanted the forgiveness of those to step over as stepped over your child in the midst of this happening.
wow. So, what happened when he came out of the gas station?
According to one lady, that she came out of the gas station and she said that the guy, she actually only she said they were so close she can bear hug them. And it was like, give it up, nigga, or whatever, give it up. And he pretty much looked at him like who the hell are you talking to? And I guess he kept walking. And in the midst of him walking, they shot him in the back. It wasn't the little bit of tussle was they was trying to take whatever he had on him off of him. And after they shot him, they had ran and came back and got whatever they wanted to get off of him.
And what was they trying to get off of him?
Apparently a gun. So the friends say that he had a gun. But we also missing a necklace. You know, that his father bought him of his grandmother. Hmm. But it was a gun.
That's tough.
And he was shot in the back with, I guess, a 45 and a 223, whatever a 223 is. Sound like a really big bullet.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really
I'm so sorry to hear that. Jason, is there anything you want to say? Chewy over here, Bart.
Ask, Mustafa, what was the last interaction you had with Akhir?
The last interaction I had with Akhir was over the phone. Just a phone conversation, just ensuring that he was going to pursue and do the things that we talked about from the last time we seen him, because we was just actually the whole family. It's just so surreal how everything happened, because the whole family, this guy has so much love, from all over, and the whole family, hadn't seen him sometime. So he was graduating. So, my side of the family, everybody took a flight out there to go see him graduate, not to and to participate in the graduation party. So that was the last physical time that I was actually with my son. But as far as a conversation, I had the conversation with him, just ensuring that he wasn't going to be just hanging out, lollygagging. Like, even though I know he graduated, I'm like, yo, that's not what we're doing. We're not pulling out for 2 years, 3 years, trying to figure out what we're going to do. Know what you want. The 2-year goals, jump on it right now. So he, his response, like, yo, Dad, I know what I want to do. I want to do the electricians, the electrical thing. So he was like, I'm already, my mom already got me going to school, or looking at the, the paperwork, whatever, so that he could enroll in September. Because that was my whole thing. I'm like, yo, bro, we not going to be chilling, for a year or two. I was like, yo, get in school, right away. So, he was on his job. He was on his job, and I was just proud of him, man. Just proud of him.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play this next clip. When we come back after this clip, I want to talk about how you both explain to your children, your other children, about Akhir's death. So here we go.
Now the search is on for 2 suspects accused of shooting and killing a teenager at a gas station. This happened less than 24 hours ago in DeKalb County. Now, these are new images of the 2 suspects from DeKalb County Police. One is in a white jacket with a pink backpack. The other, a dark colored jacket with a gray backpack. Our Tracy A. McPeer is live outside the Shell gas station where this happened. And Tracy, you spoke with the victim's mother.
That's right. And I showed her the suspects' pictures, and she said she didn't recognize them. But she says her 18-year-old son was likely targeted by gunmen who wanted to steal his gun. And now she wants them to pay for their crimes.
He just cooked us spaghetti, So that's why I'm saying I'm lost. I'm so lost.
Cadedra Bryant says the news that her 18-year-old son, Akhir Muhammad, was shot and killed at a gas station Tuesday is devastating.
I'm oblivious. I'm tapped out. I didn't go to sleep.
DeKalb police were called out to the Shell station on Snapfinger Woods Drive around 6 Tuesday night. They found Muhammad shot to death right outside the store.
And when I got there, all I seen was a white sheet on the ground in front of the door.
Police have now shared these pictures of the suspects, taken from cameras inside the store. A worker at the Shell station tells me Muhammad was a regular customer who came to the store with his friend to buy vape products. The worker tells me when they left, the suspects shot Muhammad, took his bag, and ran off. Bryant thinks they were trying to steal her son's gun and now wants them to come forward.
If you can do the act, you can do the time.
Now, if you recognize either suspect, DeKalb County Police are asking you to call them. Now, Bryant says she will be holding a vigil for her son right here where he died. She said it'll be at the Shell station on Saturday evening around 6.
All right. We are back. We are back. Now, Mustafa, how did you explain this to your other children about Akhir? Like, take us back.
If I can remember correctly, I don't think I don't think I even told them. I told their mother, and to the best of my knowledge, I believe their mother told them, because I wasn't in the right state of mind to even transfer that information to them the way I needed to.
That's honest, man.
Okay. Honest question. Cadedra, how did you explain it to your children, your other children?
When I came home, I came upstairs. My kids actually cracked on me a little bit later on in life. Um, so I came upstairs and they was basically like, expecting I cared. I wasn't kind of gonna tell them right away. I was gonna hold off to the morning because I still was trying to wrap my head around it. So I was like, well, I care not coming back, and they was like, well, we are, like, no, he's not like coming back like my mom not coming back, and they was like, oh, and they shed a tear and they walked off. I had to go because I'm like, they understand, do they get it? Because they was a lot when I lost my mom. Do they understand? But they actually got it. They got it. One of them is more reserved. He doesn't want to make friends. The other one is more outgoing, so he put himself in a lot of different activities, but he doesn't realize he in sensory overload. And his main thing is, how do we cope in life with the feelings, which is grief. So that's the hardest thing, we deal with, and let them know that even though we have loved ones die, it's cruel, but we got to move on, because some of us go in a slump, become drug addicts. Some of us commit suicide. There are a lot of things that play with your intelligence in the midst of these moments. So I need for y'all to understand that if anything goes on in y'all brain, I need to be informed. So making sure that their mental stability is grounded for me.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
I just basically had to just tell them, and I just been watching them since.
How young were they when this happened?
With all of the brothers, including the other two, the new Martin, they are 15. If I'm not mistaken, the step brothers from Mustafa is 15 and 19 at the time. No, at the time they were 13, going on 14. So three of the kids was 13, and the oldest kid was 18, 19, 18 at the time, 18 at the time.
Go ahead,
That's a
Jason.
big life change for them, man. Especially if he was it's what to me sounds like the glue of it all. Like he
He
sound
actually
as if
does because
yeah.
stepsister is 30 now. She was 30 at the time. And you know how the billboard that comes, people that get you the picture that you make at the funeral home? I
Mhm.
was looking for that picture. She has it. So that picture is
So which
actually sitting
one?
at her house.
Which picture was it?
The picture that you have, like where they hang up, they put like they have a stand and they put the picture on there, an Omega.
Let me see.
Who got it?
My
She's saying I.
stepdaughter.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were saying I got it, girl. I'm like, hold on, let me see. Mustafa, thank you for saying that, cause I
Nah,
sure
cause
was.
I got I mean I got it too. Everybody got one.
That one, yeah, the
People
one
who
right
need to
behind you.
have one got one. I got one.
There you
I
go.
mean, that's him right there.
Yeah, it's on her wall. As soon as you, and her right, hanging right in her hall when you walk in the hall.
Awesome, awesome. Now, Mustafa, how have you dealt with as far as coping for all the men out there that had to deal with losing a child? Let us know, how have you been coping with it?
For me personally, it was the strength of having my loved ones and the family around me. I mean
Mm,
that kept me sane, kept me together. Um, I have a very firm background, so just knowing certain things and being aware of certain things in the midst of this unfortunate tragedy, that was able to keep me grounded. But it was definitely the love of my family. I mean, certain loved ones and peers. I mean, that helped me get through it. If it wasn't for that, I might have did something left. I mean, but
exactly.
just striving, to keep it righteous and hoping that the universe gonna see fit for justice to prevail. Those things kept me sane, kept me in place.
A lot of men wish that they could go find a person, take them up out of here, just like their child was taken up out of here.
Oh, absolutely. I had those thoughts and those type of things. Definitely crossed my mind. Um, at the same time, uh, just a little bit of my history. I'm not one who's dumped to the streets. I come from the streets.
Mhm.
Um, so I know how it go. I mean, and unfortunately, it's a very unfortunate tragedy that me and Cadedra lost our son. But I can't play a part in being the one to go out there taking any other person's sons. I can't play that part. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Khadidra, I know me and you have had this conversation, and you
Yeah,
wanted to go loose up everybody. You wanted to go let loose on everybody. Well, how did you cope with this? Like, how did you come back? Like Mustafa, and was like, "No, I cannot do this just because someone else took my child." How did you come back from that?
honestly, I ain't gonna say I came back. I just it because of the people that are around me would like for me to remain humble because I can be humble. It's just that somebody stumped on my heart in a different type of way,
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
and the way they stumped on my heart, that's the hump. I forgive them, but I still in my heart, you know, feel away. I'm an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth type of person when it comes to that situation. So I'm working on me.
Now, there were some things that me and you spoke on today that you wanted to clear the air about. As far as what other people thought here in Georgia.
So, okay, so you have these little, you know how you have your platform, and I started to get, I guess, read some of these comments, and I should have been a celebrity and not read anything because one of the comments was the parent knew what their child was doing, which was very interesting. So the situation with our child, he was the community child. He wasn't a street kid. He wasn't out here in the streets. He wasn't robbing Peter to pay Paul. He wasn't getting shot at. He was doing everything that he needed to do to walk into his manhood. And you have people with the lack of understanding of what a gun really is used for is not to rob, steal, or kill. But people make use of those things in certain scenarios like this. So he was actually a great kid that was out here going to be a positive, productive citizen because that's what his parents represented and quite a few people in his life represented. So he wasn't a street kid. He had two of the best jobs in the city, along with going to school. So he was doing it.
But also, there's no. I mean, when you look at it from a legality aspect, when carrying, sure, but there's no morality to like carrying and protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? And people around you. When you carry, there's a due diligence to be the protector of that vicinity. You know what I mean? It's not to cause danger or to cause intimidation like the others did, right? So I can see from you guys that it will be basically for protection and to protect whomever is around him. You know what I mean? He seems to be like a protector. So
exactly.
He was a protector.
Right.
Wow.
But with them guns though, we have to realize and we have to be aware that with firearms, carrying firearms, dealing with firearms, it's proper education that has to be dealt with.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, within our communities, okay, and poor communities, the education is not there. You know what I mean? So that's why one of the factors is we have a lot of violence, gun violence, whether it's murders, somebody getting shot, somebody just not using it right, robbery, whatever it is. It's the lack of education of what it's really for. You know what I mean? Outside of our, I don't want to make this a race thing, but outside of our race, you have other races that, they're teaching their children at a young age what that's all about and what it's really for. And it's not about going out, killing someone who looks like you, or trying to take something from somebody who looks like you, or don't look like you for that matter. That's not what it's for. It's a safety precaution to protect your home, protect yourself, and protect your family, if needed be. Period.
Exactly. I feel I'm all for firearms and carrying it. As long as, like Mustafa said, you have the proper training with it. Anything can happen at any given time nowadays. We all know this. You can go to Walmart. You can go like Akhir did to the gas station. Like anything can happen. You ain't got to be in the street. You ain't got to even bother nobody. They just will come up to you and do anything. This lady at Sam's, she worked at Sam's, and me and her had a little sit down and everything. And she was telling me that she went to the mall. She went to the mall, went early. Wasn't hardly nobody there. Went early, parked, and she was made a phone call right quick. She was gonna go in, but she wanted to make the phone call. Then she had paper scattered on her chair, so she was trying to put that away too. And she saw this car pull up next to her, and she was trying to figure out all these parking spaces at the mall. Why would they pull up right next to me?
Right.
So she was thinking, you know what I'm saying, but she just didn't act on it in enough time, as far as right then and there.
Right.
And she said two of the guys got out the car. She saw them get out the car. She was still talking on the phone, putting the papers up. And this lady looked like she had to been at least about 55, 60 years old. Okay.
Okay.
And she said that all of a sudden, it was one person still in the car in the driver's seat. All of a sudden, one of the boys that got out the car and walked away comes back and comes to her door and opened up her car door. Her doors is unlocked. And they opened up the driver's side where she's sitting at.
Wow.
And reached in with his whole body inside the car, not knowing that this lady had a pistol. And she was able to grab it in just enough time. She said by the time he got ready to lift his head up to say something to her, that pistol was in the middle of his forehead. And all he could say was, "I'm sorry, I got the wrong car. I thought this was my car." And thank God she didn't pull that trigger. Thank God. And she said she cussed his little ass out so bad. She said she cussed him out because she was angry. She was panicking. She was devastated that she almost killed this young man.
Right.
And I told her, I said, you probably changed his life and saved his life just as well. I said, because I know he'll never forget that for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
That his life flashed right before his eyes that quick. So I am for having the guns, but it need to be a very big age limit. You need to make sure that you have been trained, especially if you're the young kids. No, please make sure you get trained. If you know your child have one and he's old enough to have one or she's old enough to have one, keep encouraging them to go get trained on it. You can't make them do it, but you can encourage them to do it. Even if you get on their nerves, just keep doing it. Yep. So, and how long have did Akhir have his, or was you aware that he had one?
Well, no, I wasn't aware, me personally, and to the best of my knowledge, his mother wasn't aware. But at the same time, I was aware later on that just before we had came down to celebrate his graduation, and it was like a little bit right after he turned 18, I heard that the laws had changed down there in Georgia with the youth being able to carry guns, purchase guns. So when I heard this, I was just like in awe because I knew what the condition and I knew the violence that was going on down there already. So I was like, wow, for the lawmakers to do something like this, it's almost like genocide. Like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? But anyway, it was done, and he's turning 18. He's aware. He's an intelligent young mind. He know what's going on. He see the things that's going on out in his community. Even though he's not involved, he's going to work, going to school, pursuing other things. But still, you have these elements around you. So I'm not in his mind. So I'm just, drawing it up like this. I'm guessing in his mind, he's like, yo, I'm better off to have the protection rather than not to have it. Not to say that he won't do anything criminally or be out there doing anything other than what he's supposed to be doing with it. It was for a safety precaution. You know what I mean? Because if it was anything other than that, we would have known.
Exactly.
We would have known. The police would have been contacting us. You know what I mean? He'd have been whatever. You know what I mean? But it wasn't that type of vibration. It was just for protection. You know what I mean? As far as what I know and for what I understand, but I did not know that he actually had one. I wasn't aware of it.
Khadijah, was you aware of it?
No. Well, I'm gonna say we, but I did know that he wanted to have one. And my thing is, wait, let's get training first. before you try to do or get anything. So my thing was, let's get training. I ran it by his father, and he was like, no. So
Yep, we
the
talked about it.
answer was no.
We talked about it. Absolutely, we
So
talked
the
about
answer
it.
was no.
She specifically asked
We
me. She
you
said, "What do you think
said,
about him getting the gun?" And I'm like, nah, you don't need that right now. I'm like, for what? Like, nah, you don't need that. I mean, education, working on what he's gonna do for the rest. That's what he need to be focused on, not getting the gun. I mean, so we did talk about it. Yes, absolutely.
So when you guys found out that he did have a gun that night, how did that make you guys feel? Because you didn't know that he even had one, and y'all talked about it, and you
Right.
said nothing.
We talked about it as
right.
far as we talked about it as far as me and her as parents.
Mhm.
Um, as far as her addressing him, I don't know if she addressed him, but me and him never talked about it. I just talked about it with his mother because that was something that she mentioned to me. I don't know if he had mentioned it to her, but I never talked about it because we discussed it. Boom, I'm expecting her, she's gonna relay whatever she has to relay to him. But to answer your question, when I heard it, to be honest, I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed, but at the same time, I understood. I mean, going back to what I just said. You know what I mean? Um, by law, the laws had changed, so he wasn't doing anything criminal. You know what I mean? By
Exactly.
by law, he was allowed to have one. You know what I mean? He was 18. He was a resident of the state. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was just disappointed that we wasn't aware in a sense. You know what I mean? We didn't know. You know what I mean? But as far as why he had it and why he might have had it, it was only for protection. I mean, the guy worked, going to school. He's working and going to school at the same time.
Yeah, he did valet parking, so I think he
You know what I
looked at
mean?
had a different on life
Eh, eh, eh,
eventually.
it ain't too much crime you running around out there doing with a gun if you working and going to school.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the little bit of off time that he did have, he kicking it with his little friends. They hanging out doing whatever they doing, but it ain't, he ain't getting involved with anything criminalistic. You know what I mean? He already experienced that phase and had been through something at an early age, and he disappointed himself. He knew he disappointed his parents in a certain way. So he was cleaning himself up from that. He was showing us what he could do and what he could do, and he knew what he could do.
Exactly.
I love that.
How about you, Khadijah? How did you feel when you
It's
found out?
it's the same. It's the same. I was hurt. Boy, I was hurt. Boy, I was hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't have the words. I guess had to because I wasn't in agreement in the beginning, so I wasn't understanding. But talking to those in my life, I had to understand.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, so they have a different mindset from this woman, and I respect that and I understand.
I get it. I get it. So this was the first clip, y'all, that I messed up on. We couldn't hear nothing. So I did find it. So I'm going to play it. As you can see, one of the young men was arrested. Was there more, Khadijah? Were there more
There,
young?
there are more. They're more than just, but I guess according to law, are they one of the shooters? But
Okay.
whoever was hanging around that day lottering with him need to be held accountable for their actions too.
I agree. I agree. Okay, everybody. For this one, we will have to mute ourselves. So we're gonna go ahead and mute everybody. All right, here we go.
Man's in jail, accused of shooting and killing a teenager at a local gas station. Back in January, DeKalb County police say Quavian Hale killed Akhir Muhammad outside the Shell gas station on Snap Fingerwoods Drive. Police were looking for multiple suspects. No word on any other arrests.
That was it, y'all. That was it. That's all we get on that one. You know, they still do us wrong from time to time. They still do us a little wrong.
Absolutely.
So, but we did get that little bit. We did get that little bit. We saw what he did look like. Um, at the end of the show, I always ask the families to end the show for us. Okay, so I usually don't give y'all the question this soon, but the question is going to be because we still got to get into the tribute next. But the question is going to be if you can talk to these young men that did this, these young men that was out there loitering, what would you say to them? But we're not going to answer that right now. We're going to wait till the end of the show. So we are about to go into our commercial break. When we come back from our commercial break, I see y'all. I know y'all see that rolling at the end of the screen, the bottom of the screen. Akhir Muhammad tribute coming up next. I assure you, you do not want to miss it. If you have never seen Peachy Tea Time before, you gonna remember Peachy Tea Time now because this is something that we do for every family that comes on Peachy Tea Time. We create a tribute video and we give it to them and they can share it. They can keep it for themselves, give it to family and friends. On whatever they want to do, they can do. Okay. So, and then me and Jason got to say our little speech. It's just as well because Jason, it's some mofos out there. It's some mofos that could teach said they need to be picked up. So we're gonna give our little spiel before we pay the tribute, okay? And some of y'all ain't gonna like it. And guess what? We don't care. We can care less. So let's go ahead and get into our commercial break, and we will be right back with this very, very special tribute. Here we go. Hey y'all, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all so much for joining me and Jason tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if we got a special guest, thank you, special guest. I thank you for coming, sharing your story. But y'all make sure y'all watch us each and every Wednesday, okay? Each and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Where you said? You said where? Roku TV, Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch, baby. Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Peachy Tea Time spelled with a Y. And make sure you also follow me on all the other platforms just as well. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Back to the show we go, baby. We going back. Bye. All right. It is me and Jason time to shine, baby. It's our time to shine. We live for this. We can't
Right.
We can't wait for tribute time so that we can talk our shit. Okay.
That part.
Let me start off, Jason. You know how we do this.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Let me start off and get my little niceness on. So, y'all, I made this video for everybody out there. Of course, for the families, of course. It's a fly in here, y'all, so y'all gonna see me going like this. But we make this tribute for the family. But we also make the tribute for everybody out there that's pillow talking. Yeah, that's pillow talking. Because some of these cases that be coming on Peachy Tea Time, they be open cases. So they still be looking for y'all. Okay? They still looking for y'all. And this particular is one of those cases. You know, they still got to go through everything. They got somebody in custody. But mama feel like it's some more folks out there. And I'm behind mama 100%. So this video be for y'all and the people that y'all decide to tell. And then them folks, they can't keep it no more. They can't hold it in. They got to tell somebody. So when they see this video, they running to go tell. They running to go tell. They gonna catch an Uber. They gonna call their homegirl or their homeboy and say, come get me. Come pick me up. Where you going? I gotta go to the police now. I done saw Miss Peachy video. Now that was my nice way of saying it. Go ahead, Jason. Your turn.
Make it seem like I got the mean way of saying it. That's
And
crazy.
he does. And he does.
Which I
And
do.
we ain't gonna tell you where he live at either.
I I don't understand how y'all comfortable with murder. I don't understand how y'all comfortable with killing someone and hurting somebody's family. I never understand why you feel like you got the power because you got a gun in your hand and you threatening somebody. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a coward in my book. So yeah, you're a coward. And you know what? Some of your friends don't like it. Some of your people don't like it. Your closest ones look at you like, yeah, you a coward. You shoot somebody in the back, fam? Come on, man. Come on, man. What a bigness. What a big man at? You hear me? So with that being said, karma gonna come for you. If these people don't stand up and say something because they know something, you know something, you know something, you know something, they're going to say something. And if that don't happen, karma going to come after you. They going to see this and know that, how dare he? I can't hold this no more. That family hurting over there. Look at them. Look at this beautiful young man that y'all took away from this earth that has so much potential. Shame on you. I'm gonna let this talk though. I'm gonna let this tribute talk. You know what I mean? That's gonna say enough. And whoever is still out there, time is up. Time is up.
What Jay-Z say? He gonna make this son cry. Remember that?
Yeah,
that's what
song.
we gonna do. We gonna make this tribute cry. Jason, that's what we're gonna say from now on. We're gonna make this tribute cry. Now we done came up with mouse tools. And now we gonna make this tribute cry. Grab your tissues, y'all. Grab your tissues. Here we go.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Oh, would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, oh, here in heaven. Oh, 'cause I don't belong here in heaven.
All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. I know this is hard for you guys to see these videos, but we are on a mission. We are on a mission about bringing awareness. Now, before anybody say anything, I definitely want to mention this just as well. I was not able to get any pictures from Mustafa and about with him and Akhir because Mustafa literally like an hour before the show said, I'm coming on. I want to be here for my son just as well. So I want to tell you this, Mustafa. I still have everything set up. If you want to send me some pictures of you and your son, I can throw them on there and I can send it to you. And it'll look just like this, but it will have pictures of you and him on there just as well. I
All
am
right.
willing to do that. Okay? And then
We'll
you'll
make
be
it
able
happen.
to have it for yourself.
We'll make it happen.
Please do, please do. So I want to make sure I say that. How y'all feeling right now? Because I know that's hard. Cause what? But how y'all feeling right now?
I'm feeling all right. I ain't,
Feeling all right.
yeah, I'm
Khadijah, how
feeling, I'm
about you?
feeling all right.
I think we're doing good. We're doing good. It's
Awesome.
been some time, a healing moment in there. So,
Exactly,
whew.
exactly.
It's they said pictures worth 1,000 words. I mean, so certain pictures, man, they bring back certain memories. But it's all good.
All right. All right. Well, we have came to the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell y'all, I thank y'all so, so much for joining us tonight. Is there anything besides the answer that y'all gonna answer tonight at the end of the show? I'm gonna pull me and Jason down, and y'all gonna have the stage to yourself. But before y'all answer my question, is there anything that you want to say to your family and friends that have been there for you all through this entire process? Let's start with Khadijah.
Yes, I want to thank actually all of my family. They all serve a different purpose, and I appreciate them for being there and continuously to still be there because I still have my moments. So I appreciate the Blues Clues crew. They know who that is, which is my auntie Betty, my auntie Mika, um, Abdul, my dad, definitely my dad, and and my kids.
Yes, and your children,
Absolutely.
because I know
Mhm.
they helped out a lot during this process. I know they have.
Yeah,
So definitely
they
shout
have.
out to the kids. Mustafa, how about yourself? What would you like to say to your family and friends that was there for you during this
Um,
process?
yes, definitely. If I haven't already said it, let me say it again. I just want to thank everybody from being there from day one. Um, playing a part, being a part, um, up to this point. Definitely, the support was needed, the love was needed, and it still is needed. I mean, because this battle that we fighting, it's definitely not over. I mean, we still got to go through the court proceedings and relive this horrible tragedy all over again. I mean, something that no parent should have to deal with or go through. I mean, so we definitely appreciate all the love, all the support, from all our loved ones, all our family. I mean, um, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have people that care about you on your side. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Khadijah, when it's time for court, please let me know. Okay. I would like to be there with you guys to support you all just as well. So please let me know day and time and I'll be there. Okay.
Thank you.
Now it's time for y'all. Should come back up. It's time for y'all to end the show. Jason, is there anything that you have to say at this time?
No, man. If y'all know something, say something. Don't need to hold on to anything. This whole holding it down for the gang is nothing. That is for the lames. All right. If you know something, say something. Let this family have closure.
Let this family have culture. And y'all people is out here, may I add.
Yeah, they are.
Miss
Yeah, they
Betty
are.
out here, Nicole out here, Marcithia. Marcithia is out here. I love, where it go? There it is. I love learning with Miss Lee is here and so many more. So many more. Hey Audra, I see you out there, girl. A lot of the Facebook um comments didn't show up tonight, unfortunately. So shout out to Carmen who's out there. Miss Joyce is out there just as well. I see y'all, baby. I see y'all. And I see y'all comments and everything. Thank you so much, everybody. Now we are about to let them end the show. I will see you guys on Friday with me and my husband. We will be doing some love and relationships. So I will see y'all on Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Again, Khadijah and Mustafa, thank you so much for joining us tonight, telling your loved one's story, your son's story, and just trusting us with this tonight. I really appreciate it. And if you guys can stay on just a couple seconds after I end the broadcast, that'll be great. Now, what I want y'all to say, I want y'all to talk to the killers out there. That's who I want y'all to talk to. We're gonna start with Khadijah and then Mustafa. Mustafa, when you're done, no, Khadijah, when you're done, just let Mustafa know it's his turn. Mustafa, when you're done, you're gonna put one church finger up. And
Okay.
that's how I know it's time to go into the tribute again. And then we go in the show. Okay, y'all?
All
So
right, that
I
sounds good.
love y'all.
I love
And
you too.
Yes, sir.
goodbye. Here they go.
Okay, for my mission, I really don't have anything to say to the killers. I've changed my mission in life, and that is to bring awareness to victims of senseless acts by bridging the gap between community and youth and promoting healing for those impacted from senseless crime. Our values are to advocate, to heal, to empower, to inform you on justice, ethics, and morals. That's my message to the people. You can go.
All right. My message to the individuals who took my son's life, Akhir Muhammad. From what I know and from what I understand, the way the universe works, you take a life, you have to give your life. So that's the penalty um, that them guys are going to have to deal with. And hopefully the universe see fit for justice to prevail. And they'll pay their penalty uh, for the actions that they've done. Um, it was a senseless act. Unfortunately, you took away many generations. You know, you'll never get to see the beautiful offspring that he would have brung forth. The offspring that his offspring would have brung forth. So who knows how many generations they killed off. But the penalty for them guys is they have to pay with it for the rest of their life. I mean, whatever that is, whether it's death for them, however the courts see it for them, whether it's death, jail for the rest of their life, whatever it is. But their suffering and their pain is to come. We feel it. You're going to feel it.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Oh, If I saw you in heaven, oh, would you help me stand? If I saw you in heaven, oh, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, oh, here in heaven. Oh, 'cause I don't belong here in heaven.